This is Sagittarian Energy. We are excited to discuss some of the magic that we build around beauty. And one of the things we're working with to each and every one of you guys is the pineapple. We're going to say first of salutation to my madrina, to my padrino, to my oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in my Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lacumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Ajay. What's up there, Stormy? My Sagittarius from Detroit. Then we got Jeremy in the house. Salutations to you as well. And then we got my baby Scorpio. How y'all like the festivities for Oshun? I'm really feeling this. This is the thing that I when it comes to Orisha worship, the beauty behind not only the Orishas, the beauty behind the energy. Just because we're doing a money spell doesn't mean it has to look like a mess. What I have down there, I told y'all, I'm burning my money incense, consecrating your offerings, your particular offerings to Oshun. And then we got the money candles up here. And I just want to thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to work for you, giving me the opportunity to build around my magic, to build around my sorcery, to build around my craft. People don't understand. Yes, manifestation makes is the end result to magic, but all the work that goes into presenting it, because one part of it is fire magic, the other part is water magic. And another thing that I want to say, because I really appreciate my tribe, my saints, anybody that support me. My sister got in on this. But I have a personal relationship with this particular Oshun. I have the same setup at my house with the other Oshun. But this Oshun has fought for me. And even in my trials, I always come out smelling like a rose. I always, no matter how bad a situation is, I'm gonna use that term. You know, I don't like to use certain terms. But when I look at how beautiful everything has, the outcome, and when you set your magic up, you need to set your magic up in beauty. And what I mean by that is people should, when they see your, especially your Orisha work, and the African deities, Palo is more bloody, and that the best you can do is keep it clean. But when it comes to Orisha worship and Haitian voodoo, you can really beautify the Loas or the Inquisa, or you can beautify. When I say beautify, it should reflect the person. When you look at this altar, it puts you in the mind of Oshun. Not on her colors, but what she represents, beauty, Venus. And when it comes to your money and your finances, and you're doing money magic and you're giving her offerings, these are gestures. Remember I talked about expression, but these are gestures. Thank you for hitting that like button. These are gestures that you show a deity and express, because anybody that see my work knows that I'm 100,000% worshiping and honoring Orisha. What's up, Mother Susan? Demetrius said that's Oshun all the way. And when I was putting this together, I know this is what I'm saying. When I was telling you guys when I was in my office at my house about what I was gonna do and how I was gonna present it to Oshun, that's one thing. But now you see how I built the beauty around magic. It's still powerful, but it also expresses the beauty of this particular Orisha. It's the colors are very flowing. That's the incense down there burning on the floor. I have a peacock, I have butterflies, and let me tell y'all something. The reason why this particular energy is going to be off the chart, because it's still with the energy of Oshun, love. What's up, Natasha Foster, on this Saturday? My aphrodisiac. And I've had a beautiful testimony because of Oshun. Because you can still come through a situation and it not be beautiful. It can be really ugly. If anybody know what I'm talking about. When you walk going through situation and circumstance, you can just be glad that you out of a circumstance, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it was a beautiful ending. You can run well, but at the end of your race, you wobbling and the bear on your back, it ain't nothing pretty, but you finished the race. I want y'all to understand that I take a lot of pride in my work. And I like people to, whether you're going to have jealousy and envy. And they're going to act like it ain't all of that, you know, and that you trying to outdo this person. Really, because if you watch the way I dress, I don't care if it's casual clothes, I don't care if it's provocative clothes, I don't care if it's church clothes, I don't care if it's Risha, whatever it means, I represent. And that's how I was raised. It's not even, yes, it's me, but it's still the way I was raised and how you leave out the house. So I'm saying, yes, I'm manifesting for people, but I still understand that they give me the opportunity to show what I can do to the world, what I have the capability of doing, and how I beautify my magic, and I build my magic around beauty. When I heal people, I build it around beauty. When I bless people or I shield, it's still a beautiful thing. And that when I say the blessing of the Lord, do it, make it rich and addeth no sorrow. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. And I've been talking about this over and over. But I had a conversation with my mother a couple of days ago. And I found out that she was on prednisone. And how she had to have speech therapy to get her through. And I didn't know number one, because my mama won't really tell us her business, but she was compelled to say that. And that meant something to me, because I'm going through what I'm going through, and this is a hereditary situation, and in the end result of my manifestation, I got a 15.5 hemoglobin. I done learned so much about the hemoglobin and the blood chart, because let me tell y'all something. My uncle always told me this. If you go through it, you're going to see it again. So I don't believe that I'm going through all of this because I'm not going to see anything relating to a trial, what I'm going through. I'm going to help a lot of people through their situation. I'm gonna help a lot of people that want to learn about herbs, more on a medicinal platform than just magic. I know magic of herbs and herbs, whether it's for medicinal purposes or whether it is for conjuring. And it's good to know what to take in your body. Let me say something. Money without help. What's up there, Ryan? Somebody take care of Victoria. When it comes down to you going through and you got knowledge, you got wisdom, you got understanding, you can handle those trials, those situations so much better. I'm gonna say that again. How you come through something is basically how you gonna teach. And I have gone through some hard trials, some testing my metal, so to speak. But the end is the beauty of how they brought me through it, and how they brought me to it, and how they brought me out of it. I'm 52 years old. My time on earth will be educating and making my trial or my situation worth it to me, because I can prevent the next person either from going through it or coming out of it a lot faster. I love where I am right now, because the things I've gone through, only God could have brought me through like this. And so I offer Oshun, and I let my tribe and my people offer Oshun. Because when I say Oshun can get it done, if you got my Oshun talisman, kiss her for me. Because I'm the receiving, I'm crowned by Oshun. People don't. I have to honor Oshun just like I honor Oya, and the same thing about Ogun. So I don't want you to get confused because you see me saying Oshun or this. Yemiya is my second mother. The spirits, they set up how they want to set up in your spiritual court. But I'm telling you, this has been a beautiful experience. Life-threatening? Yes. But did I know? And let me tell y'all something. When I originally started this situation, Natasha, all I knew I was anemic. All I knew I was born anemic. I knew my mom was anemic. I just really found out my sister was, on my mom's side, was anemic. I didn't even find out my dad was anemic until on my birthday. When I was getting out of the hospital. Because when I tell this, people think I've been going through this a long time. I've been anemic a long time, since birth. But I haven't been going through these other trials for a very short time. But they've been, you ever been driving or seen somebody, when somebody make a hard turn, left or right, but they, a lot of these trials and situations been coming out of the blue because I did not have the knowledge and neither did I have the experience. Yeah, it is very prevalent in our black. Walking around with testimony, indeed, you are. Let me tell you something. Because just like I told y'all, I would have never knew all this stuff was happening in Ocha and Palo if I would have never got into it. It's the same thing about what I was sitting. There's more black people walking around here anemic. And I heard doctor say this, and I love what he said. He said, black people, melanated people, he didn't use the word melanated, I'm using melanated. He said melanated people walking around here like being anemic is a diagnosis. Being anemic is a deficiency. You're not going to know what you're deficient in until you do your blood work, but that is not a diagnosis. You need to understand what's going on in your body. And I tell people all the time, if they listen, I'm a very proactive person. And for me to go through what I went through, and that I came out on the other side with all this beauty, I realized in real time, talking to Mother Susan, she the first one brought it up. But, and I'm gonna give her credit, because I wasn't even thinking on that line. She said, Apostle, you are no longer anemic. With a 15.5, you're no longer anemic. When I came to that realization, the next realization that I had, I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. That my mom is anemic, my sister, my brothers, and other sisters on my dad's side, and my father's anemic. I am the first one in this branch that is no longer anemic. And I was delivered out of the anemia at 52. At 50, and that's why they had said I was chronic, because I had been living as an anemic person. Now, when I tell you the energy is very different with me, because remember, life is in the blood, and then the blood is the life of the flesh. So that means every extremity of me, and my ancestor is in my blood. So they flowing at a 15.5. My gifts are flowing with a 15.5. Last month I was 14.6. I want y'all to understand how all this been going on, and how my family and they shocked, my doctor shocked, but my family is, my sister saying, well, I gave her some of the stuff that I was taking. I bought it for her. And I had to buy it for my mama because she's too cheap going by it. And I want to tell y'all, everything I'm learning, I'm sharing. I started with my son, because Sheridan started at home, and he was having some health situation where he had to soak his feet because his legs get his feet, and it's just poor circulation, because I'm working on my circulation. So I had told him about cayenne pepper and what to utilize in order to boost his circulation of his blood. He said, Dad, he texted me, he said, Dad, this is working. So I told Sister Tree, I've been telling everybody, I told Mother Susan. So Mother Susan has had inflammation, and she watching in real time. I'm talking about when you go through a trial and you can break off knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and people get an instant manifestation. She been, me and her been on the phone all day. She said, not all day, but most of the day. She was telling me how her legs, her ankles, her knees, their inflammation been going down. She said I can actually see a noticeable difference. She said it feels so good. When she first started out, just like everybody, that cayenne pepper would set fire in your belly, but it ain't gonna burn you. All I'm telling men, gay straight about. Protect your blood. Burdock root. This is why they probably keep me off of TikTok. But it's the truth. I'm telling you what I'm taking. I'm an American black man. And most black men and women are walking around here with low blood. And you wonder why you either got low blood pressure or high blood pressure, because you ain't got enough blood to circulate in your upper extremities. And that's another reason why we carry diabetes and all this, because number one, you can't fight STDs with let me explain it like this, and please understand where I'm coming from. And it's your life, do what you will. When you're anemic, you're easily subject to any disease, not just STDs. You don't have enough oxygen going throughout your body, which means that a bacteria or a virus can go into a part of your body that is not getting oxygen, not getting blood, and then habitate in that space. Because oxygen kills viruses. The metals in your body, copper, the metal in your body, silver, and colloidal, gold, all of those elements destroy viruses, and it enhances your organs. Imagine how more on point you would be and function and be less stressed, because now you got a full body of life-giving blood. And you know, I'm saying, Demetri, you absolutely. I literally feel it in my forehead. I told Mother, in my head, my crown. I said, Mother Susan, do you feel that? She said, Pastor, it's you. And guess what? Your eye health. Because let me tell y'all something. When you get older, things start taking longer, and you get depleted of certain things. Another thing I had learned about prednisone. Prednisone remove certain minerals and vitamins essential in your body. They don't tell you that. Man-made medicine always got a side effect. But I ain't letting that side effect destroy my life or take my quality of life. Bo said, amen. I take brother William. And let me say this too. The milligrams matter. When I do vitamin C, nothing up on 1,000. If you could buy vitamin C and it's 500, I'll take 2. We are more subject because we are part of nature, which means what grows in nature grows in us. And if our body is not alkaline, now I have an ionizer at my house. Now I realize why the ionizer helps when you originally get the water ionized, which was designed by China. Because in their country, they believe in curing people. You understand? Over here, we manufacture sickness and maintain sickness, and then we make money off of sickness. And then when they die, we make money off of them. And then we keep their money that they paid into Social Security and everything. I'm just telling you, this is a business. It sounds good, but this is a capitalist society. So, if you're gonna work with the herbs, It can't be an every now and then thing. Another blood purifier and cleanser is red clover. I told the women about Donkey, DONGQUAI, because it balances their hormones, but so does red clover. Also, red raspberry. I told you I've been learning. The reason why all this is important, because you got to get your blood levels up. Your magic can't rise higher than your blood. And if your blood ain't circulating all through your body, then it ain't circulating. Your magic ain't circulating all through your body. And your manifestation will be stronger. I told you, I don't have no reason to lie. What I went through was traumatic and it was real. But the outcome is beautiful. Listen, if I can't help people I can't tell you what to do, but I can give you cause when I got in herbs, cause y'all know I'm gonna keep it real. When I got into herbs, I got in it for sex. I didn't want my tallywhacker going limp, because I was listening at my spiritual dad. So I don't care what. At 13, I was in the Korean ginseng. I was in all kind of herbs. I was in the herbs to keep my system clean from STDs. That's what I was doing conjure. I was doing root work. But while I was taking herbs, ain't got nothing to do with my health in the way that I take it now. My point is, younger people, don't let a health issue be the reason why you take care of yourself. I want to create beauty around this particular magic because I want to use this as a preventative, having an understanding that a lot of us are in the same boat. And I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. You have dominant genes. When you're trying to get guidance or a provider that's non-melanated, their measurements are different. The same way we can't get all our ass. I don't care if you black. You can't get all your ass in there because they designed the clothes for the European body. They don't design it for the African body. And neither do they design it medically. So you need to understand your body. And let me tell y'all something. Women know more than men. But listen to your body. I don't care what. It's so many misdiagnoses that people don't undergo. I showed Tree, I put in my group, that this lady for 15 years was misdiagnosed. And she done had a black woman, had two brain surgery. And they telling her now, that's why she putting it out to try to get some help. Because they told her there ain't nothing she can do about it. You don't have to believe me. But you ain't nothing but a guinea pig. And they will lie. They will come up with all kind of tests and say you need to do this and you need to do that. You need to take this and take that. And half of us do not read. I'm guilty of that Because if I had I've read what prednisone did, but I didn't Google side effects. I know why I ain't do it. I want to make sure it was steroid. So I searched that far. But wisdom would have led me right down to what happens. And I would have been, he wasn't going to never tell me. Them people ain't going to tell you. Once you pop that pill in your system, it got to run its course. But you got, that's why I was cleaning my body with sea moss and moringa. I believe, just like my candles, just like my offerings, if I give my body what it needs, it'll fight the good fight of faith. I don't just believe on working on the outside of the house, my building, but I also believe on working on the inside of my house. Sir, ma'am. While you cleaning and smudging and doing all this on the outside and making sure your cabinets got what it need, your refrigerator got what it need, your pantry got what it need, you need to make sure this got what it need to go from faith to faith and glory to glory, to go from one manifestation to the next manifestation. I care about myself and I care about my people. I ain't just been sitting on this knowledge, this experience. If you don't never work with me, you never buy a candle, buy incense from me. Take the knowledge, the wisdom, and understanding. A lot of y'all come up with STDs, including HIV, not because you were susceptible, because what you were doing. A lot of your immune system was already down. That's why I think it's really, really wicked what this country has done to black people. See, when you got going through stuff and you see how other people are going through different things, you start realizing it's a lot of black people in this predicament. And I would have never been able to understand it until I got it in myself. I even told Mr. Mario, I said, you the one sick, I ain't sick. Because I wasn't sick. I'm 50 years old. I didn't start going through this until I turned 51. So I didn't even have the right attitude concerning I will heal people. That ain't the problem. No, you need to understand what these people are up against. You need to understand what these people are dealing with. Because everybody don't have what you got. Everybody ain't got resources. Everybody don't have that mindset. And you need to bring awareness. Just like I'm bringing awareness with the ATRs, I'm sounding the alarm. It's a lot of black people from state to state, from town to town, rich, poor, educated, not educated, gay, straight, bi, and they are anemic. And that is not a condition. And it needs to be addressed as early as you can. When you have a baby, you have so much blood. But if you, no wonder you could, let me tell you something. No wonder childbirth is what it is. And the fatality rate with black women is what it is. Because you went into that with having that baby. Now you got to eat for two people and not having enough blood. And then talking to you like that's normal. Build your blood count up. Whatever your blood count is, if it ain't where it's supposed to be, get it there. Before you try to get a man or a woman or a bit, because let me say this. Let me say this. You need one of these to stay over here. If you want to operate in your own consciousness, you need one of these to stay over here. What you do, what I'm saying, is your business. What I am saying, if you have the understanding where I'm coming from, it is not normal to be low blood. You already starting in a bad place. And at 8.3, I seen this one guy, he was jumping on his bed because his hemoglobin was 8.3. It's a lot of people going through this. And in America, because the food is trash. If you eating fruits and it don't carry seeds, that is not the fruit you need to be eating. Eat what you want to eat. Study and find out why you should be eating that fruit, especially you melanated. Do you not realize that they did this all in our face? And a lot of people will tell you when they grew up, they can go on a tree, get a mango, an orange, a grapefruit, berries. All of that type of vegetation was in the wild, wild west. You can walk down the road, you go to a neighbor house, you can eat healthy. You get some watermelons. I don't care how much money you had as a family. You had a garden. You don't notice everywhere those type of trees are, or those type of vegetation, they gone. And we didn't remove them. I'm going to say it again. We didn't remove them. It was strategic. Now you got to buy the vegetables. Because you got to think about it. Why would somebody go to the grocery store to buy vegetables and fruits when they can go across the street and get it? Pull it out the neighbor yard. Avocado. I remember one of my neighbors, mama, it ain't my neighbor because I was a child, but I hit a guava tree. And the limbs used to extend over into our yard, and I used to pull them. They've been setting this up for a long time. And they did it right in front of our faces. While we in the church tearing it down and talking about God, Jesus is going to save us now. These people have been removing our nutrients right from under us. And to know that the average black person, whether they got insurance or not, whether they got money or not, you're not going to get the proper treatment. I've been lied to, held hostage in the hospital, was told that if I don't take that medicine, that they were gonna if I left the hospital, they were gonna say that I went against medical counsel. When they the reason why I was even at a 4.3. Your loved ones, if they go to the hospital, guys, we need to become more educated. And stop letting these doctors tell you what your loved ones need. Because half of the stuff they put in their IVs, you can't pronounce it and you don't understand it. That's why I feel like what I went through, that's why I say I'm building beauty around my magic. Because that experience I will never forget. I know for sure my doctor is practicing. And he's not practicing for my betterment. He's trying to find something. And if you think a doctor would not lie to you about not just a diagnosis, but for the treatment that you get. And when you look at the treatment, always look at because I wasn't even like this. I am now. When my insurance was paying, I really started seeing why they were having me take all them tests, and they ain't had nothing to do with my situation, but they got paid. It pissed me off. Cause don't toy with my life. And if you don't know what the hell going on, move it along, move it on. So, I want y'all to look at this. I hope this is helping y'all. I hope y'all take it for. I got one more pineapple. I got a couple more candles. If you want to put, they're $100, $100 donation for the money candle. The money candle, and then the pineapple. And y'all, I've been getting my rest. That was essential. I don't care what kind of root worker, conjurer, mystic, AJ, because this took a lot out of me. Because it take energy. I get my rest. I used to need to do it. But a part of your healing and your recovery, and I thank God for the type of people. That's why I don't worry about clients. I want the people that resonate with me because they're considerate, they're thoughtful, and they're understanding. But when you ain't going through it, and you ain't been through it, and you ain't never had to do or go through what somebody goes, it's a different ball game. A different ball game. And that's another reason I'm trying to let y'all know. Even Chief Apostle Ely is going through with these medical providers, and they try all kind of stuff. And even if your test come back good, they're gonna find something else because they got to charge your insurance, and they can't make the money. And they can see you going down a path, and all they got to do is give you knowledge or wisdom, and you can fix it yourself. But this is my opinion. I take people like me, the same thing I take as a doctor or somebody in the medical field or a lawyer. People don't come to you for you to fuck over them. The average person that comes to a spiritual or a doctor, that they there cause stuff going on, and they trying to find a way to remedy that situation. Because if it wasn't for that situation, they wouldn't be there. That's how it is. But if you're gonna spend your money and your time going through whatever treatments, you won't see results. I'm telling you, somebody coming against you to make you spend money. I'm drawing out the situation just like they draw out the doctor visit. You can do it in 3 visits, but they done stretched it to 12. You can do this in 3 baths, but I done stretched it out to 9. That's not right, y'all. That you don't string somebody along. That's why I say I don't tell you what to do. I suggest stuff. If you want it, we get it. But if you don't want it, because you need to be secure when it's all said and done, because you still got bills to pay, you still got responsibility, and you shouldn't have to worry about somebody like me, somebody like a doctor or somebody like a lawyer taking advantage of your situation. I ain't telling nobody that they shouldn't get paid, But you shouldn't have people going through on there. You shouldn't have people with fear. You have no respect for your patients. That's why I don't care how much people invest in me, how much people be blessed. I always tell them thank you. I don't care if it's small or great. I even get on Mother Susan, but don't make your offering insignificant. I tease her and everything, but I make sure I want her to know I appreciate what you do. No, it ain't $15,000, but I still appreciate it because you could have gave it to somebody else, but you gave it to me. You trust me with it. I do that to show I don't care how great you are. Reciprocity, valuing people with your business, valuing people with your situation. I'm not the type of person, if this wasn't gonna help people, I wouldn't share this because it's my private business. But it's going on, and I have a platform, and people listen to me, and everybody that listens to me don't like me, but they know I'm a truth teller. And at that, I long as you hit the information and you start looking at and paying attention and doing better by yourself, that means more black people, melanated people will get up on their health and be able to demand fair treatment. What good is it for you to be able to go to the hospital when they ain't gonna treat you right? They're gonna begin you all kind of medicine. Your kidneys and your liver cannot filter through because it is man-made. And let me tell y'all something. You might not like what I'm about to say, but black people, African people, been licking pussy and sucking dick for centuries, and they ain't had none of these STDs. They were created by man. That's why it's hard to get rid of them. Because anything Mother Nature put in the earth, Mother Nature can get rid of. And if you black and you believe in reincarnation, or you believe that energy don't die, that means you been around, you done been a man, you done been a woman. You done been every type of gender to go through the whole astrology cycle of life. Don't let nobody play you. Why none of this was not heard of millions and millions of years, and people were doing the same exact thing? Ain't nothing new up in the sun. Love, hey, I want you to look at it, baby. Ain't nothing on the sun. So why all the sickness? Why I gotta get sick because I lick pussy? I want to eat some growth. It been going on the whole time. They got statues in Africa showing you women doing it, men doing it. But the sickness wasn't there. These European people, motherfuckers, done created a lot of that, and they talking about, oh, this virus smart. No, you sitting there creating new shit. When we get over one thing, you got another one. Cause one thing about melanated people, our Merkaba, our avatar is strong as hell, and it overcome a lot of stuff. But we still need to give our Merkaba, our vehicle, the resources and the energy it needs. Check your health out. I ain't talking about your doctor, I'm talking about hospital. You need to know for yourself. Some things we got to go to their facility. And I'm on guard more now than I ever was. I already didn't like doctors. And I always tell people that from the get-go. When you listening to me, remember, I ain't never been big on doctors. But I got a reason on today. I had a reason then. But on today, what I've been through, whatever they tell me, what do my blood work say? Cause I'm gonna take care of me. I'm gonna fight for me. I'm gonna advocate for me. And I suggest you, sir and ma'am, rich or poor, ignorant or educated, you need to advocate for your health and well-being and stop allowing somebody because they say that's what you need. They say, cause if you ain't gonna give it to your mama, what I tell you about my conscience, I use it on my children, my family, cause charity start at home. If people won't give their loved ones the same medicine they're giving you, then why are you taking it? Did you give your mammy this cocktail? Would you offer the same surgery to your daughter? Would you eat the same meat that you telling me it's okay to eat? And you know why I know and you know that Trump ain't crazy? Because what he doing to us, he ain't doing that to Ivanka. He not doing that to Jared. He not doing that to his grandkids. Neither of them hoes he's showing. And I don't know why you don't understand why a white man getting his booty hole bleached and you ain't got no question. I know about a colonoscopy, but you spending $1 million on your cornhole? And I'm a freak myself. Ain't no job, but ain't nobody asking questions. What you spending that kind of money trying to keep your rectum? What's making your rectum not pink? And you got to spend up $1 million? You getting beat to sleep. No wonder you wearing a diaper. Because you probably getting fisted. And anyway, it's all speculation. I know what I'm doing. And I know I ain't getting bleached. And now, part of my body. Not even my hair. I'm just saying. People know better because they're not doing it to their own. And people that are doing it to their own, you know they're crazy for real. Because they're doing it to their own. But people doing one thing to you and doing another thing to somebody else, that means they know better. And it's just that simple. It's just that simple. All right? I love y'all. If you need me, I'm probably going to stay at the church tonight and go home and clean up tomorrow. And smoke this. I hope you take what I said. Thank you for the likes. I hope you take this for what it is. And don't make this an Apostle Ely thing. This is an individual thing that we got as a collective need to get up on our shit. And stop putting our health in somebody else's hand. A lot of these guys right here getting infected. These doctors doing that. How you not responsible when you poison the water and the things that you doing and allowing for companies to put in our food? I'm not telling you, come my mama do it. She drank Coca-Cola. But anything that's strong that can clean off a battery ain't good for your intestines. Anything that is that strong that you can clean a battery after a used battery off, that you can put the cables back on, it can't be good. I'm out of here. I love y'all.